And with that, the time is 10:52 on January 10th of '07. Still getting used to the '07 part.
Me too.
I'm interviewing Chief Jay Hutcheson of the Hartsel Fire Protection District, and with me is Dave Downhauer of the CBI Pueblo office, and I'm Agent Kevin Highland with CBI's Denver office. And like I say, the reason for calling you up is twofold. First, to talk a little bit about Deborah and the way she was kind of doing business there at the Fire Protection District, and then we've got a couple questions then for you as well on the credit cards like you and I talked about before. So with that then, how long have you been with the fire department, Jeff?
I have been paid since '94. Okay.
Were you
Previous to that, I was a volunteer for 16 years.
Okay.
Basically started around 78.
I actually started in '72. You guys have to understand, when I started, if you were big enough to carry a shovel, that you were on the fire department.
Okay.
And then I left, came back, had the same fire chief, went right back to where I left off. In '87, Pete retired and I became chief.
Okay. So you started out then as an assistant chief?
Started out as just a plain old firefighter,
Okay.
and then worked my way up the ranks.
Okay. And then
Went and got educated.
super. Just to make sure I have this right then, so then in '94 when you came back, that would just be as a paid employee?
No, I came back in '84
Okay.
and volunteered until '94,
Okay.
and then went paid in '94.
Okay. And that would be as an assistant chief?
Went paid as chief.
Okay.
I was already previously the chief, the volunteer chief.
Okay. Super. Did you grow up around there? Or?
Yeah, we moved to Hartsel in 1972 from Colorado Springs,
Okay.
and
Did your family have ranching up there, or
my
what?
dad was the caretaker for Hartsel Ranch.
Okay.
Okay,
Is that a large? I'm not
28,000 acres
Okay.
of subdivision, basically, that wasn't being used, belonged to the MacArthur Foundation. And then when he passed away, I took over
The business.
yeah, basically. In the meantime, I started my own business. And then when Dad died, I went to work as the property manager for Hartsel Ranch and my own business.
And then the business you started was at the construction company?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I started it in '84.
And have you stayed with the same company, or sometimes I know construction?
I shut it down in '94.
Right.
Okay. I went full-time fire department. Basically shut it down in '94. It was 10 years to the day. I started it July 1st, 1984, and shut it down July 1st, 1994.
Okay.
And my youngest son was graduating from high school. In the meantime, we were doing odd jobs. We'd go rent a piece of equipment and go do something. And did a couple foundations, and he graduated from high school, and he said, Dad, we ought to buy a backhoe. So we did. And the middle son, who had moved to Kentucky to finish high school, moved back. He says, Dad, we got a backhoe. I got to go back into doing concrete. Sounded pretty good. 1995 or 1996, the middle son came and said, I hate concrete.
Was that half your labor force walking
Yeah.
up and down at that point?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot more to it than that. In the meantime, I hired Debbie's husband
Okay.
to work with us.
Because he's got a background too in concrete.
Right.
And so, but at some point then you restarted it then at 94?
Yeah, basically, it was about 94, 95 I restarted it.
Okay.
Well, actually it was 96 I restarted it.
Okay. Okay. Now, did you hire Debbie, or was she already an employee?
No, basically the way it started is that they were caretakers. Now you have to understand, Hartsel Fire is 1,000 square miles. Okay, it's huge. It's just, if you're familiar with the area at all, it runs from the top of Hutcheson Pass to the top of Trout Creek on 24. Within 6 miles of Fairplay on Highway 9 or 285, down to the Fremont County line, and down to 39-mile Mountain Line. So I've got 11 miles Spinney and Terrell.
All those are yours?
Yeah, I have more city and county of Denver property than the city up there than they do down here.
Just because of the water, the reservoirs? Probably don't see many checks though from the city and county of Denver.
I talked him out of a couple.
Okay.
He told me I blackmailed him, and I couldn't do that again.
So, when did you, Debbie was already there? Or
No, they moved up there, and I'm not sure when. They moved up as caretakers of Ranch of the Rockies, Western Union.
Okay.
Got involved with the fire department as volunteers,
Both?
both of them.
Okay.
Became real active with us. And the way it worked then is that I was the only one in the office, and we had a contract bookkeeper.
Okay.
And Nola was doing a good job with the books, and Craig Erickson was the auditor. And as time moved on, it became real apparent that, well, then we hired Pete, who was my assistant chief maintenance man.
Yeah. When did you say you maybe?
That was in '95, we hired Pete.
Okay. And then Debbie, I'm sorry, I didn't get it.
I'm trying to remember, it was someplace close to '96.
Okay.
We hired her as a part-time secretary. She worked for me part-time, and she worked for Northwest Fire part-time. Someplace around 98, 99, they pretty much quit volunteering, and we have specific rules about, you know, if you're gonna be there, you gotta make training calls. And I'd ask them to step back to the reserve program, which is basically on the fire department, but there's one training a quarter, you don't receive the benefits of a full-time firefighter. And it blew up. It blew up right there.
Why would that be? I'm assuming that both were not
It
paid,
just,
right?
and it blew up.
What was the reason for that?
I don't know.
Okay. They wanted to stay as active.
But they weren't active.
Right.
You know.
But I mean, that.
And,
Wanted the benefits, but.
yeah, but didn't want to do the time. She went to work for Monarch Propane after that, sometime in '99 or 2000. We patched things up, and I put her back in the office part-time.
Okay.
And then 2002, and I guess you consider, I don't know what you call it, full part-time. It was 36 hours.